One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Akuban, Hardcore Heroes. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well. We are in Akuba, though.
It is Akuban days in Hardcore Heroes, so...
Yeah, we had Arabian Nights last time. Now we've got Arabian Days.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next line after that? Something
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's as far as I got.
That is a good song, though, that in Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
A good one. All right, so where did we leave off, Neal?
More often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the remaining lyrics.
That's a long title for the next episode, but...
We can just say hotter than hot. How about that?
Yeah.
I am good. Life is good. How about you?
I don't know. I don't think I asked you, Neal. But yeah, it's going all right, thanks.
That's not what you said?
I don't think so.
Fucking dude, I don't know what is going on with me.
But I appreciate the sentiment. So
like
that's
5 different places.
That's okay. Yeah. No, I'm good. You know, life's ticking along. My best friend's marriage is next week. And I don't think he's watching. I'm the best man. I haven't written the speech yet, so I really need to do that.
Fuck.
So, yeah. But I leave everything to the last minute, so...
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I'm just going to write it. I'm going to pretend that I'm DMing a campaign, and I'm writing, like, an epic speech for the, like, captain of the guard or something before they charge into battle.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm going to channel that energy.
That's going to be solid.
Yeah.
Those of you in chat, if you have any best man speech ideas, do put them in over the course of the episode and sort them out.
He's really tempting fate because he texts me and be like, make sure you don't say anything to offend Lucy, who's the bride. It's like, do you really need to say that? You probably shouldn't have said that to me. Because now I feel like I kind of have to make a joke of some sort.
Who would say anything to offend the bride during a speech?
Exactly. So why I feel the need to remind me of that. Does
he just think that you are an offensive, mean person who is likely to just piss people off?
I don't think so. I think his wife's just maybe a bit hypersensitive. God, I hope he doesn't like go back and watch this 10 years later.
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
That'd be bad times there. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so where did we leave off? We were in Akuba.
Last we left off, you were trying to break into a castle, but we were struggling to do so.
Yes.
And so we were going to let you take some time to figure out how you wanted to break in.
That's right. Okay. So I think this is the day after that day where I was like trying to climb up the wall and fly over the roof and all that.
Yeah. I don't think you actually tried to climb the wall, right? You spider climbed. That's what it was. Yeah.
I think I just maybe climbed up as a spider. Yeah, not spider climbed as myself.
Right. Different spider climb.
Lots of different abilities for climbing things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just if any kids are watching, it might get a little bit dark today. Can't exactly say 100%, but just warning. All right. So I think first things first, Neal. I've got my in room right, and I'm paid up for. I'm going to be here for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Got my own room, you know.
You paid for like a week or so. And do I have a calendar for us? Said, what month are you in? Because I don't think I actually do have a calendar for.
McTucky, I summon thee.
It's like 3 a.m. for McTucky.
No, it's not. He's English, isn't he?
He's Australian.
Oh my god! Wow. McTucky's the nicest Australian I've ever met.
Yeah. I think maybe I used one of these to track you. Portal destroyed. No, shit. Calendar. It's getting to be important, and I think I was winging it last time.
McTucky said the date's on the wiki. Don't be sassy. McTucky's telling us to check ourselves. That's rude. It's being really sassy.
Cave Preg. Did you get pregnant?
Me? No, I definitely didn't get pregnant, I don't think. Okay, I think it's
I think it's August.
26th of May, 1511.
What? 26th of May?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Are we a little bit too far in the past?
No. We're never
Okay.
too far in the past. I just thought I had a calendar that covered these things, and apparently I don't. I need to get more calendars, guys.
Yeah.
Alright. 26th of May,
All right.
1511.
So, in the morning, I go down to my innkeeper and I say, "Good sir, please do not clean the room today or disturb me with food. I will be in study for the entire day." And I give him a tip of a small silver piece and I go back up to my room.
He enthusiastically bobs his head, and you don't see him for the day.
All right, I clean my room and I get ready to cast Identify.
Okay.
All right, so I am identifying the crown. I have a pearl.
Which crown is this?
Which crown is this? The crown of domination.
Okay, you have it with you. I thought you
I
left
did.
it in your house in
No,
Drex.
I took it with us. Yeah.
Okay. You cast Identify on the crown.
Level 9, so I think... Well, Neal, should we talk about XP? I feel like I've missed a lot of XP. Am I level 10 yet?
No.
Okay. Can I get level 10 if we get this stuff? That seems
I will
like
have to look at many factors. And then
Okay.
also we want to consider the leveling difference between you and Van. You have been doing more solo stuff than him, but we definitely want to keep you guys sort of close in power level in case you do get back together, because it wouldn't necessarily be fun if you're too far ahead of him. So
Well,
we will
Sean
look
should,
at
be
many
level, Sean should be
facets.
level 9 as well, to be fair. Yeah.
We will look
I
at
agree with
facets, and we will have a separate discussion with regards to levels. Because I got to figure
Okay.
out like the last time we leveled and what your experience was, and it's been a mess.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, that's fine.
Alright,
Let's,
I need you to
it's
roll
still
me
90% then.
a D100.
Oh, and you meant to roll it.
No, this is a separate roll. I want you to roll it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. This is a non-identifying roll.
49. Is it still... It's still volatile then, I guess. We'll find that out now.
Oh my. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you give me a D4?
What?
Ooh.
I just like summon some elementals or something.
Actually, yes. Yes, that is surprisingly accurate. How did you know?
I don't know. I just felt like fours.
Did you see the page that I was opening in my monstrous manual?
I did not.
All right. So you clean the room because casting the spell takes takes a long time. It takes like 8 hours of prep, right? So you're prepping the room, you're clearing all the dust out, you're getting rid of the spider webs, you're closing the doors, you're like sealing everything carefully, maybe like closing the blinds and getting it all set up so the room is perfect and there's nothing to interrupt you. And
Yeah.
cleanse the crown with a little bit of water, get all the dust off of it. And as you're putting the crown on the table and beginning to cast your Identify spell on it, the spell hits and there's this like dripping water that's coming like from the bottom of the desk that you must have bypassed or something, just maybe missed it in your last bit of cleaning, and the water like drips onto the ground and then begins to spread towards your feet. And you really like instantly know that shit, something's not right. I should be feeling something else right now, and you can see the water at your feet, like it's starting to give off a small magic aura because you're in the middle of this Identify spell. And then the water begins to travel up your leg and begin to like squeeze your leg.
Okay.
And I think it's at this point we need to roll initiative.
Can I cast magic missile against something that's on me without hitting myself?
If it was fully wrapped around you and only on you, I think no. But it's not, like, part of it is still on the floor. So you should be okay in this situation, But if it was like Animorph style around you, you'd be fucked.
Okay. Well, we'll start
Alright.
with that then. Don't know if Stone Skin's going to protect me against this or not. 5. Initiative.
And my monster gets to roll. Where's my rolling?
So there's not 4 of them then?
I have made no comment as to the number of monsters. Oh shit! Well, it's a large creature, so its minimum initiative is 7. You go first.
It's large, is it? Okay.
Yes.
23.
Holy shit, that is an amazing magic missile. Take a look at this, you guys.
That is pretty great.
That is fucking phenomenal, actually. Holy shit, dude.
Thank you.
We need a lot of D8s. 1, 2. There we go. You did 23. So here is 10, 20 life. And then we drop this. That. You're left with that. Okay, so you blast this water elemental with a magic missile that like rips through it, like damages the floorboards underneath it, makes a big ruckus in the hole of the inn. But you tip someone
What kind
a
of noise
silver.
are we making here?
I mean, you're blasting like the ground with a magic missile, right?
Okay.
It's not like a wrecking balls coming through here, but it's also not a quiet effect. But you paid the guy silver, so it's fine.
Okay, 1 silver.
Okay. The water elemental goes. Special attacks. Oh, it's not what we want. We want
Keep my mouth closed. Thank you very much.
Why do we not have... Ah, here we go. This is where it is. All right. The elemental begins to wrap itself around you and, like, bring its arms up against you and lash them to your sides in an attempt to just, like, constrictor snake you to death.
Okay.
So we'll give it a roll to hit at +7. It rolls a 15 to hit you.
That will hit.
All right. The water elemental begins to wrap itself around you. How much did it hit by?
1.
1? Okay. So at this point, you have your legs bound by it. And while there's not really a semblance of eyes, there's these like bubbling, foaming bits on the edges in the middle. And there's these 2 like bubbling, foamy thingies that almost resemble eyes. They're just like sitting there on the bottom of the floor, staring up at you as the rest of it like swirls around you, almost in a vortex. And your legs, you find, are getting like stuck together, and it's come up to about your hips. Next round, if it can hit you again, you're fairly confident that it will bind your arms, and if it does really well, you'll be having to hold your breath.
All right.
Let's roll initiative.
How damaged does it look?
It looks like water.
Okay, it's impossible, hard to tell.
Yeah.
I just need to look up the speed of the spell.
Okay, it rolls terribly. It gets a 15 on initiative.
Okay, I don't think... did it try and damage me? Like, I didn't feel like it was getting through my stone skin.
No, you do not feel like it was getting through your stone skin.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, I cast Polymorph Self. And I start to turn into... like, a bird.
Give me a saving throw versus spell.
Fail.
Ooh. You succeed in turning yourself into a bird, and as you, shrink and the water collapses away from you, and you beat your wings to try and take off, one of the, little tendrils of water comes up and grabs the bird. And now you are in bird form and fully grabbed.
Okay. All right, also next round, I want to change next round.
Sure. I will have to get its action for this round, and we need to start figuring out how long you can hold your breath because you are submerged in water.
Okay.
Let's figure out breath holding rules first because they will come into effect fastest. Alright. Combat. Missile weapons. Charging an opponent. No. Movement. Initiative. Combat sequence. I think we're going the wrong way, guys. I think we need to go this way. Special defenses. Magic resistance. Saving throw. Injury and death. Falling wounds. Paralysis. Energy drain. Natural healing. Inescapable death. No. Maybe it's under time and movement. Swimming. Swimming, holding your breath. Under normal circumstances, with a gulp of air, not performing strenuous feats, a character can hold their breath for 1/3 their con score in rounds, rounded up. If you're exerting yourself, cut this in half. So, what's your con?
10, but I'd like to point out that I'm a bird, so my breathing is whatever a bird is. So it's like a seagull or something, then probably
you're
better
still
than a
able
human.
to hold your breath for the same amount of time, right? It's just 1/3 your
Well,
con.
if you're a fish, you can breathe underwater, so...
That's true, but you're not a fish. So you're a bird and
No.
you're having to hold your breath.
Yeah,
So-
sure, okay, so it's the same.
So you
So
get
it's
2
10.
rounds of breath holding. Shit, I should have looked at
Alright.
what happens when that fails. And I think
Well,
it's
that's alright. I'm shifting again at the end of this round, so...
Okay. When attempting to hold his breath beyond this time, the character must roll a con check each round. The first check has no modifiers, but then it's 2, 4, 6, 8. And if you fail, you die. Cool.
Time
Okay.
to get out.
The water
Okay.
elemental is just going to crush you now, applying the pressure of a deep ocean on you. With a 20 to hit is going to hit, but you've got stone skin on, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to knock off a stone skin charge.
Gonna die from suffocation first, but yes. Do you want me to roll the stone skin, or do you want to roll it?
I'll roll it. It's D4 plus 4. Is that it?
Just looking it up. D4 plus 4, yeah.
Okay. Right. I will mark the number of stone skin charges remaining. It is initiative round.
Okay, wait. What's a big lizard that can breathe, that can swim, like a alligator or something, or maybe just turn back? Like, am I still just grabbed in like one small bit of it, or is it sort of all?
At this point, like, you are 100% surrounded by it. You are just like floating in this big, crushing grip of water.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and turn into like a large fish and jump out, and then switch into something else midair.
Okay.
Hope that works. I mean, it's trying to suffocate me, so
It gets an 11 on its initiative.
I think it just takes the full round to shift.
Okay. Then I guess it just crushes you again. It knocks off another stone charge skin.
Stone charge skin.
That's the one. I certainly woke up more than 20 minutes ago.
Okay, so now we turn into a large fish, like a pike or something. I don't know. I don't know fish. But I'm gonna try and just swim out of it.
Let's look at pike. Pike are large fish. Look at them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's talk about water elementals, because it's more than just a blob of water, right? It has form and function and it can control it. But you are a fish designed to live and function in these watery situations. So I want to give you... I want to make it not a guaranteed thing. Say saving throw would have the appropriate thing for this.
A saving throw versus spell with advantage, maybe, or
Yeah, because the saving throw versus spell doesn't seem quite good enough.
well, I've got pretty good saves versus spells.
Yeah?
But you could give me like a +2 with advantage.
Yeah, since you're let's give you a saving throw at +4. So d20 +4 equal to or greater than your save.
Okay, let's check. So I need a 6.
That shouldn't be hard to make.
Nailed it.
You swim and pop out of the water elemental. soaring through the sky of the room for a brief moment.
And then spending the next round trying to shift.
Where do you land? Where do you land?
Just like in the other corner of the room. Like on top of the bed, maybe? Give me an extra round to get away from it.
All right. You land on the bed. On the bed.
Okay.
And I think because you were a fish, for a moment, you could get a breath of air while you were in the water. But now that you're on the bed, you're holding your breath again as a fish.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So I get a breath of air, right?
All right. You got one breath. Initiative.
Okay.
But you'd say taking you the whole round to shift, right?
Takes me the whole round, yeah.
All right. So the elemental just wanders over from the desk to the bed, rippling across the floor. Your little like fishy face, which is you can see it with one of your eyes. Yeah.
Get away from it.
And the water begins to like come up onto the bed and rise up on the bed, and now you're like in the water. I guess you get a breath here as well, as it begins to crush you with the 17 to hit, which will knock off a third stone skin charge.
Okay, so now my action, I'm going to try and jump away so that I shift back into me as like midair now. So because I can move a little bit as well as turn. So the other side of the room now. Hopefully I'll be able to act next round.
Give me that same saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Perfect. You leap out of the water again and turn into
Malachi.
Malachi.
Oh, okay, yeah, Malachi could have gone off imp, but...
All right. Malachi and the water elemental in the room. No one has come to the door yet. It's been 5 minutes. But there is some crashing and thumping about.
There is. Okay.
Initiative roll.
6.
It gets a 6 and 2 is 8.
Okay, magic missile. 23.
Oh my god, it's another perfect magic missile. The 5 bolts rip through the water elemental and rip through your bedding. The bed sort of like goes cockeyed, and the water elemental just splashes to the ground and slowly begins to soak through the whatever floorboards there might be or whatever gaps between the floorboards might be. The people below you are going to get a little bit wet, but the water elemental is gone.
Okay, well, I'm no expert personally, but I feel like this might mess up the identify spell.
Yeah.
So I will. I scan the room. I leave, and I'll go downstairs and apologize to the innkeeper and ask and say that I've spilled some water.
You open the door and step out into the hallway, and there's the innkeeper, like, a few feet down from your room, looking really concerned, but not wanting to come in yet.
Terrible business there, sir. Sorry about that. Here, might need a mop and bucket, and I move in and quickly grab the crown and hide it under my cloak.
Okay. He comes in and looks around and goes, "Oh my. Bit of an accident."
Yeah, sorry about that. I was taking a bath.
There's no bathtub.
No, I was washing myself with a bucket, and I spilt it. I threw the buckets out of the window in anger. I'm sorry.
Okay, of course.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'll give him a gold coin. I'll go and get a drink downstairs while you clean this up.
He nods enthusiastically and leaves you, and you can head downstairs and grab a drink.
Jesus. I start thinking on the crown. What can I do to identify it in a better way? I've got some plans. So I wait for the guy to clean it up. I'll have a drink and I'll mind my own business. Okay. I head back up to the room that evening.
Mm-hmm. The room is tidied, fresh linens, fresh mattress, because the mattresses are just stuffed with straw, and that one was soaked, so...
That's nice, yeah. So, I've got an idea, but Neal, is there anything you want to tell me, ways I might be able to cast this identify without rolling on that table every time?
I don't want to tell you that yet. I'll let you figure it out.
Okay.
You're dealing with high-level magic shit. The sort of dangers and troubles you're running are at a completely different class. So,
okay, so here's my plan. I'm just going to channel Greg a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
I can make protection scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
One of the protection scrolls is an anti-magic scroll.
Ooh.
So, that anti-magic scroll, plus maybe some sort of magic circle. Create the magic circle, the crown in the middle, use the anti-magic spell to enchant the circle for a while, so that we can cast the to neutralize the power of the stone, to be able to then cast the identify. Like, and I know traditionally you wouldn't be able to cast the identify because you're in an anti-magic field. But that's why maybe to do it with the circle and align the crown to the circle, so that then it only affects the crown.
I don't know, you can try and create a magic to nullify the magic of the crown.
Temporarily, while it's inside this circle.
Do you think you could still identify it if it was temporarily non-magical?
No, that's a good point. It's so powerful that maybe it will just... You wouldn't be able to, like, strip it of its magic. It would just be suppressed, almost like just turning down the temperature a little bit, so you can still tell it's warm, but it's not.
Haven't you, out of curiosity, didn't you already identify this thing?
No.
In GTC?
No, I don't think we identified it. Oh, I identified it before. No, I don't think I did. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I just played with the key.
Okay.
I got it to work, but I'm trying to find out the exact limitations of it. So to make one of these protection scrolls takes like a week, doesn't it?
I think so. I'm going to look up the rules right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Protection scroll. Scrolls. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Protection scroll effects. Who can use them? Protection from magic. Very powerful. Invisible globe of anti-magic in a 5-foot radius from the reader. No form of magic can pass in or out of it, but physical things are not restricted by the globe. As with other protections, the globe of magic anti-magic moves with its invoker. Protection lasts for 5d6 rounds. Excellent. Failure. Scroll can be read by anyone. Where are the rules for making protection scrolls?
Yeah, where is that?
No.
Maybe it's under the wizard class. Definitely gone through this once before.
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah, I think it's in spells and magic. Spell research and magic item creation. That's what we're looking for.
Nice.
Potions, not potions. We want scrolls. Scrolls, my friends. Scrolls. Qualities. Scrolls. Here we go. Protection from magic is the equivalent to anti-magic shell. Do you need to have the spell anti-magic shell to make a protection from magic scroll?
I don't think so, because a lot of them, most of them aren't even really spells. You know,
all the protection ones are, right?
I think so. Like protection from breath weapon and stuff like that, that's not a spell.
It's true. Here we go. There is no research required for spells across for spell scrolls or for protection scrolls that mirror spells available to the character. For example, if a wizard knows how to cast anti-magic shell, he can write scroll of protection from magic without performing any kind of research. If the scroll has no spell equivalent known to the character, he must research the scroll using normal spell research rules, which we can do.
Shit. Okay, well I do have a level 4 spell, Minor Globe of Invulnerability, which is somewhat similar, right? Protects from low level magic. Level 5 spell, sorry. No, level 4.
2. Hold on, but I think you can still do this. You can just have to research the scroll, which might take a week or two.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just take a quick look at what level, at a couple of factors here, and we'll tell you how long it'll take you to make this thing.
I might have to go back to the library, mightn't I?
Maybe. 1,500 divided by 2, divided by 500 is 3, plus 2 is 5? 5, so it's going to be considered a... level, cost and time, 100 GP per spell level, process, success or failure. So it seems like it's just going to take you...
It's probably going to cost me most of the money I've got left. At least on me.
Yeah, at least on you. You'll need some exotic ingredients for the ink.
There's a chance though, Neal, that I could just teleport up to the airship and I might have it there. They also have a library there.
That's true.
That might just be the easier play, but I would need to get back down here. So, this room I'm in, is it on the first floor?
Just your first floor, American second floor.
Yeah. So if I was to teleport here and get it wrong, I'd be all right. I'd probably end up just in the kitchen or something.
Hopefully you won't be in like a table beneath you.
Yeah. I'll walk around the inn and try and work out where I'd be. Try and pick the best spot to teleport to so that I wouldn't be on a table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can work it out. You can make an excuse to figure out what's below you. Maybe like ask the innkeeper what got water damaged, and he's like, "Oh, it was another room downstairs, one of the cheaper ones at ground level. Luckily, no one was in it right now. No worries."
Thank you, sir. I hope the gold covered it. All right. So I'll note this place, and I spend the day getting very familiar with the right location in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's probably the next day. I'm paid in advance, so I tell the guy that I'm leaving for a bit, and I'll teleport to the airship.
Now let's just double check the specific wording of teleport. It's probably fine. I just want to cover all my bases. Teleport.
We did hear that it was able to teleport up there. That we were able to teleport up there.
Yeah. Page 219. I think it's fine. I'm just being overly cautious.
Don't want to miss a chance to be able to kill me if there is one.
Right. Exactly. Well-known destination. Distance is not a factor. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And you have...
I was there for a while, so I think I've got pretty good.
You were there for days, right?
No, I think it was a couple of weeks. Searching through the old books. Yeah.
You were very familiar with this location. So D100, you want to roll between 3 and 99, ideally.
Ideally. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right, you're good.
So I guess I go back to the room that I stayed in last time?
The big bunk room, right? The barracks, yeah. There's a puff of smoke and a wisp of wind, and you feel yourself being pulled by your guts while your skin stays in place. And an instant later, you blink your eyes and find yourself in a dark room. You can hear what sounds like someone snoring nearby.
Okay.
And you're on the airship. There's this like hum of the air blowing past you.
Is there light coming from under one of the doors?
Certainly.
So I'll head to the light.
Yeah, you open the door and step out into, I believe this was the laboratory?
I think so, but I need to go to the library, so...
Sure.
I head to the library.
You head to the top deck, and you find yourself near the library.
Do I see that elf that didn't want to speak to me last time but seemed interested in me?
No, it's been months. She's gone.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay. So I go to the library and then I hope to just stumble upon it, but I need... So do I need anti-magic shell or do I need protection scroll from magic?
Either will do. If you can learn anti-magic shell, that'll suffice. Or if you can find an existing scroll of protection from magic or a recipe for it, that'll suffice as well.
Okay, so what level is anti-magic shell? It's probably higher than level 5, right?
6.
So I can't cast that. So I look for... Well, maybe if I had a copy of it, I could discern how to make the protection scroll. So I look for both. I look for some record of protection scrolls, and then maybe there'll be a guide on how to make a anti-magic one.
Give me an intelligence check.
Yes, sir. Oh no, fuck. I got a 1.
Oh no, it hasn't shown up for me yet. Okay, so it just takes more time than you would have liked because you can't not catch something with a certain amount of time. But eventually, maybe like 3 days later, you started on the wrong end of the library, and 3 days later, you find yourself, here it is. Maybe, I think someone had like checked out a book and there was a gap missing and you were looking for it elsewhere, and then like 3 days later, someone comes and like puts the book back, and you're like, oh my god, he's had it this whole time? That fucker.
Great. But we find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you find everything you need. It's here.
I take my time to just learn it, and I'll put it back once I understand it.
Great. And this is for the learning how to make the scroll from the other scroll from
The anti-magic scroll, yeah.
right. Come on, notes.
Look, guys, it's a cat.
Oh, you have a kitty.
I do, yeah.
Oh,
Girlfriend's not here, so it's decided to hang out with me for once.
oh my.
Good cat.
Remind me of your cat's name.
Cleo.
Cleo. It's a good name for a cat.
Cleocatra.
Cleocatra? Is that the full name? Tell me it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
I wanted to call her Chairman Meow, but Fran wouldn't have it.
that's so cute.
Yeah.
What am I looking for here? Okay. Yeah. I guess we need a new book of wizardry. In what book do you find the recipe for the scroll of protection from magic? You gotta come up with a cool name for a book. It's going on the official list.
It's just be like protection scrolls and something beginning with P that's vaguely amusing. Protection scrolls and what's a magic word beginning with P? Or like a word for a text or a document or a like papers on protection scrolls or something like that, you know.
Okay.
Protection pentagrams, something I don't know. I'm sorry, Neal. You got so many good spellbook names, I can't think of any.
I mean, you're trying to come up with the best man speech for next week, right? So here's your opportunity. You got to figure this shit out. How do you come up with things on the fly?
Okay, we've got to my last chat. So we've got pentagrams and protections, or protection scrolls and other prestidigitations.
Oh, protection scrolls.
And other
Pentagrams, protection scrolls, and prestidigitations.
That is pretty good. Maybe you can have both.
I was just going to do pentagrams, protection scrolls, and prestidigitations all together.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, nice.
All right, that's the book in which you find it.
Perfect. So I learn it, and then I'll sleep and teleport back to my inn.
Sure. Probably take you a couple of days to make sure you get the details down, or like a full day of reading it, plus the 3 days that you spent doing that. So you arrive back at the inn 4 days later. Give me that same teleport roll.
One of these days. Oh no, that's
the other one. Perfect. No worries. You arrive back in your inn room, and I think this is probably the last day that you had booked this place in advance. So thankfully it all worked out in time.
Great. So I'll repay up, and then I think it still takes a week to write a scroll, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I take a week to write a scroll, a few days to draw a magic circle. Did I lose my pearl, by the way?
No, I think it as soon as the pearl is one of the last parts of the spell,
Yeah.
and it happened in the very middle of the spell, so you're good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not four. Just double checking. High level shit is complicated.
It is.
Success or failure, cost and time. The only cost incurred is that of obtaining the materials. Takes 1 full week of uninterrupted work. Perfect. Perfect.
Great. Yeah, I know it could be cast Mad Chemist, but I feel like I've just got to take the risk. I can't be going around taking scrolls to random clerics in Akuban.
Yeah. Yeah, that's maybe a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a scroll now.
Okay, now I spent a couple of days drawing this magic circle. Now I do have a book on magic circles from Aldrich that I've read when I was first making my magic circle spell.
Oh, good.
So I think that I can create a magic circle, and the goal of the circle is to channel the energies of the protection spell into like a small field just around the crown, like so that only dampens the magic of the crown and allow me to cast Identify without blowing myself up, which is presumably what happened to that cleric that the pirate was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you cast a magic circle. Hold on.
Draw a magic circle.
Right. The protection from magic spell is only going to last for a certain amount of time, and you also need to clear the area around it, right? So
yeah,
the
true.
order of operations here becomes important.
Okay, so we clean the room first. We get the Identify spell ready to cast. Then we imbue the circle. And then we do the final elements, which is like crushing the pearl or whatever it is.
Perfect.
And then hopefully it works.
Love it.
And then we have to go to break so I can feed the cat.
Excellent. Just check a thingy with Jobber over here. Perfect. 5d6 rounds is the duration of your spell. So
Okay.
you clean the room again. It's time you make sure to mop up all the water from underneath the table.
Just in case
Close
that's what
the
it was.
windows. Yeah. Take care of everything. Cast the magic protection on the magic circle underneath the crown on the table. And then you begin to intone the words and the gestures and use the components for the Identify spell. And we will go to break here. And when we come back from break, we'll see what happens. See you guys on the other side. Yeah?
All right, I'm going to post new spells. I had bad spells last time, but if this happens again, I'll have better spells.
Perfect. See you guys on the other side of a break.
All right.
Bye.